Okay, so get ready because we're diving into a story that'll chill you to the bone. We're talking about The Lens of the Forgotten.
Oh, yeah, this was a real head-scratcher, blending mystery and chills in a way that makes you wonder about those old family heirlooms tucked away in the attic.
You know what gets me about this story?
What's that?
It all starts with something so normal. We're introduced to Lily, this freelance photographer, totally obsessed with vintage stuff.
Right, she seems like someone we all know, always hitting up those antique shops and thrift stores for that one-of-a-kind find. And this time, she stumbles upon this, really unique camera in one of those dusty old shops.
And boom, that seemingly innocent purchase sets off a whole chain of events that just spiral into something, well, sinister is putting it mildly.
It's crazy how fast things go south.
Yeah, and it doesn't help that the shopkeeper gives her the super cryptic warning when she buys the camera. He's all like, this camera, it doesn't capture what's in front of it. Be careful what you try to see.
Talk about foreshadowing, right?
Right.
I mean, it's like he knows this camera is hiding something that should probably stay hidden.
It totally sets the mood, okay, this isn't your grandma's old Polaroid.
Yeah, you know right away that there's something more to this camera than meets the eye, and that warning just adds this layer of unease.
Totally. It's like he planted the seed of doubt, making you question everything about this seemingly harmless camera.
And as the story unfolds, you realize it's not just a quirky sales pitch, it's a genuine warning.
For sure. So, Lily, she's a photographer, right? She's obviously itching to try out her new treasure. She starts snapping pics around her apartment. Normal stuff, nothing fancy.
Everyday scenes. Her cat, her bookshelf, that weird stain on the ceiling. Just capturing those mundane moments.
Exactly. But then when she develops the film, let's just say she gets a whole lot more than she bargained for. Way more.
Imagine this. You're expecting those cozy shots of your apartment. Instead, bam. You've got strangers in your photos just staring back at you.
And not just any strangers. These people are dressed like they stepped out of a history book.
Right. Period clothing. Perfectly blended into her apartment as if they belong there. You'd freak out, right?
100%. And the story makes a point of saying how clear their faces are. It's not like blurry, ghostly figures.
Yeah, these look like real people who somehow got sucked into some kind of time warp.
It's seriously unsettling.
No kidding. It blurs that line between what's real and what's not. At first, Lily tries to brush it off, thinking it's a technical glitch.
Sure, like maybe the film was messed up or something.
Exactly, but the photos are just too vivid, too real to ignore. And that's what makes the story so captivating.
You can't help but wonder, what if this happened to me?
Makes you question everything you thought you knew about the world.
Right. So, obviously Lily needs a second opinion. She turns to her friend Eric, who's also a photographer.
Hoping he can offer some logical explanation, like maybe she accidentally used some weird experimental film or something.
Yeah, Eric has seen it all when it comes to photography, so if anyone can debunk this, it's him. But when he sees the photos, even Eric is speechless.
And that's when you realize, okay, this is not just some camera malfunction.
Something truly weird is going on.
It validates Lily's fear.
Yeah.
It's not just in her head. If a seasoned photographer like Eric can't explain it, then what are we dealing with here?
Exactly. It's getting creepy.
So what does Lily do?
Well, being the curious soul she is, she dives headfirst into research. She's determined to figure out who these strangers are.
Yeah, like any good mystery fan, she's got to get to the bottom of this.
Right. And her approach is fascinating. She uses their clothes, hairstyles, even the way they're standing in the photos to try and figure out when these photos were actually taken.
It's like she's piecing together a historical puzzle, using all those little visual clues to unlock the secrets of the past.
And what she discovers is even creepier than she could have imagined.
Okay, lay it on me. What does she find out?
Every single person in those photos lived in her apartment building at some point.
No way. Like she's living in a haunted house or something.
Right. It's like the camera, her apartment, and these lost souls are all connected in some way.
Suddenly her home doesn't feel so safe anymore.
Not at all. It makes you wonder about the hidden histories of your own home, What's lurking behind those walls?
Yeah, like what if my apartment has a secret past too?
But wait, there's more. There's this one photo that really throws her for a loop. It's a picture of this man sitting at her kitchen table, his face just frozen in terror.
Oh man, that's creepy. But it gets worse, right?
Yeah. There's this strange symbol carved into the table, and it's visible in the photo.
Like a message from the other side.
It's like a clue, begging to be deciphered.
So what does she do?
Well, she decides to go back to the antique shop, hoping the shopkeeper can shed some light on the camera's history.
Good idea. Maybe he knows something about where it came from.
But when she gets there, the shop is completely gone. Vanished.
What? Like, poof, gone. That's even more suspicious.
I know, right? It's like the story is pulling you deeper into this web of mystery, and you're not sure what's going to happen next.
So the shopkeeper's gone, the shop's gone. What does Lily do now?
Well, being Lily, she doesn't give up. She keeps digging, and eventually her research leads her to this guy named Edwin Clark.
Who's Edwin Clark?
He was a former resident of her building, and get this, he was a photographer too, but a bit of an eccentric one.
Oh, this is getting interesting. What was so eccentric about him?
Well, he was known for taking these haunting pictures of people, but the thing is, those people would later vanish without a trace.
Whoa, hold on. Vanish. Like, disappear.
Yeah, gone. Poof. And that led to all these rumors that he could actually trap souls in his photographs. It's like something straight out of a ghost story.
That's crazy. It's like he was messing with forces he didn't understand.
And now Lily is starting to see a connection between the camera, the people in her photos, and this mysterious photographer from the past.
So she's following in his footsteps.
Mm-hmm.
But where will those footsteps lead?
That's the big question, isn't it? And as Lily dives deeper into Edwin's world, things start to get really unsettling, like truly scary.
Oh boy, I can't wait to hear about this. But first, we need to take a quick break. We'll be back in a flash to uncover more of the lens of the forgotten.
Cue. All right, so where were we? Ah, yes. Lily's uncovering the secrets of Edwin Clark, this mysterious photographer who supposedly trapped souls in his pictures.
And as she digs deeper, things get seriously freaky in her own life.
Like what? What starts happening?
She starts hearing whispers in her apartment when no one's there. You know, like those little noises that make you question your sanity?
Oh, I hate that. It's like someone's watching you, even when you're alone.
Exactly. And it's not just the whispers. She keeps seeing shadows moving out of the corner of her eye, but when she turns to look, there's nothing there.
Spooky. The story's really playing with that feeling of paranoia, isn't it?
Totally. And her dreams, well, they become nightmares.
Mm-hmm.
She's constantly haunted by those faces from the photos, their blank stares following her into sleep. The author does a great job of showing how this camera is messing with Lily's mind. It's like it's infecting her reality with something dark and sinister.
Right. It's not just about capturing images. It's about capturing something much deeper, something that can seep into the photographer's own world.
And it makes you, the listener, question everything you thought you knew.
What's real, what's not, what's lurking just beyond our perception.
Exactly. And then comes the moment that truly changes everything. Lily finds a photo she has absolutely no memory of taking.
Okay, that's just straight up creepy. What's in the photo?
It's a picture of her standing in her apartment, but her face is filled with this absolute terror, as if something or someone is standing right behind her.
Oh my God, that's chilling. It's like something out of a horror movie.
It's one of those moments that sends chills down your spine.
Mm-hmm.
And it suggests that this camera is not just some tool, it's like it has a mind of its own.
Choosing its subjects, influencing events, maybe even predicting the future.
That's a scary thought. Like, what if this camera is more than just a camera? What if it's some kind of conduit to something else, something dark and powerful?
I don't even want to think about it. But Lily, even though she's terrified, she doesn't give up. She's determined to figure this out, and she remembers that weird symbol from the photo of the man at her kitchen table.
Oh yeah, this symbol. What about it?
She starts seeing it everywhere in her building, scratched into the walls, hidden in patterns, like it's some kind of breadcrumb trail.
It's leading her somewhere, but where? It's like she's being drawn into this mystery, whether she wants to be or not.
Exactly. And being Lily, she follows the trail, and it leads her to a place she's always avoided, the basement of her apartment building.
Oh, the basement. That's never good in these kinds of stories. Basements always hold secrets.
They do, don't they? And this basement is no different. Hidden behind a wall, she finds this secret room. It's filled with old photographs, dusty cameras, stacks of journals. It's like stepping back in time.
Like she stumbled into someone's private world.
And she quickly realizes it was Edwin Clark's secret workshop, the place where he explored his obsession with capturing souls in his photographs.
Oh wow, this is getting intense. So she's finally getting some answers.
Yeah. And she finds this one journal that details his methods, his obsession with trapping souls between life and death.
That's messed up. Like, who would even want to do that?
Right. But the worst part is, as she reads Edwin's words, she realizes something terrifying. She's not just being haunted by these lost souls, she's becoming one of them.
It's like a curse. The camera's power is turning on her.
It is. But Lily, She's not going down without a fight. She knows she has to do something drastic, something dangerous.
What does she do?
She decides to destroy the camera.
That's a bold move. But will it be enough? What if the camera doesn't want to be destroyed?
I know, right? It's a huge risk, but she's desperate, so she's holding this camera, this thing that's been causing her so much pain, and she sees her reflection in the lens.
Does she see those strangers again?
No, this time it's her, but it's like a vision of her future. She's older, her face is gone, her eyes are empty, like a part of her soul has already been taken.
It's like the camera's showing her what awaits if she fails.
Exactly. But instead of giving in to fear, she makes a choice. She raises the camera above her head and smashes it against the concrete floor.
Oh man, I can hear that sound. Glass shattering, metal crunching. Does it work? Does she break the curse?
Well, everything goes quiet for a moment, and then something really strange happens. All the photos she developed, those ones with the ghostly figures, they burst into flames.
Whoa, hold on. They spontaneously combust.
Yeah, like they were never meant to exist. And as they burn, she hears this sound like a chorus of whispers, a sigh escaping from those burning images.
It's like those trapped souls are being released, but where are they going?
That's the big question, isn't it? It's like a moment of victory, but also a moment of uncertainty. Lily's standing there, surrounded by ashes, unsure of what she's just done. And then she sees it. One final photograph, untouched amidst the debris.
Oh no, what's in the photo? I don't think I'm ready for this. I bet it's not a selfie. This is like the story's final punch to the gut.
It's a photo of Lily, alone, staring blankly into the lens.
But not the same Lily we've come to know, right?
No, the warmth in her eyes is gone, replaced with this emptiness, that same vacant look from the people in those other photos.
It's as if the camera, even broken, still managed to snag a piece of her soul.
It's like a warning to anyone who might try to follow in her footsteps. Don't mess with things you don't understand.
The price might be higher than you're willing to pay.
And get this, weeks pass, and Lily vanishes. Poof, gone.
No way. Like disappears without a trace.
Her apartment's emptied, belongings gone, like she never even existed.
This ending is so unsettling. What happened to her?
Right. Did she get trapped in that other realm with those lost souls?
Or did she choose to disappear, haunted by everything she experienced? The story doesn't give us easy answers.
It leaves you with this lingering unease, makes you question everything you thought you knew about reality.
It really makes you think about those objects we hold on to, those old family heirlooms, and the stories they might be hiding.
Right. Like what secrets are tucked away in our attics and basements.
And just when you think it's over, there's one final twist.
Oh no. What now?
A new tenant moves into Lily's old apartment, and guess what they find?
Don't tell me. The camera.
Yep. The camera. Whole.
Hmm.
Pristine. Like it was never smashed to pieces.
So the cycle continues.
It suggests that the camera's power endures. It's waiting for the next unsuspecting photographer, the next victim, to get drawn in.
So what does this all mean? What's the takeaway from this chilling tale?
The Lens of the Forgotten isn't just a ghost story. It's about our obsession with things we can't see, our need to capture what we don't understand.
And the consequences that come with that, right?
Exactly. It's a cautionary tale. Some knowledge is better left buried. Some doors are better left closed.
It makes you think twice about the choices we make, the risks we're willing to take.
And it leaves us with that final question. What would you do if you found a camera with the power to capture souls?
Would you use it? Or would you walk away?
It's a question we all have to answer for ourselves.
Right.
But remember, the Lens of the Forgotten might reveal more than you bargained for. And that's a wrap on this episode of The Deep Dive. Until next time, keep exploring, but be careful what you seek.